And now, the general weather around Alaska.
We'll move right into satellite imagery today. And we've got a stationary front here actually getting pushed back off the coast, or it never really made the coast, but the cloud mass shifting westward there. Areas of light precipitation along this boundary, mostly St. Lawrence Island, made down to Nunivak Island there. And heavier moisture here with this low south of the Alaska Peninsula from Kodiak Island and on toward the eastern Aleutian. That's where the winds and precipitation, the winds are the strongest and the precipitation the heaviest there. Another weak system out here with some showers and areas of precipitation over the western Aleutians. Otherwise, a lot of clear skies and cold temperatures here over the interior, all the way down south central Alaska into the North Gulf Coast, northern Panhandle. Some of this front here extending west or eastward across the Gulf brought a little bit of light rain and showers into the southern Panhandle during the afternoon hours. Otherwise, rolling this again, you can see that low spinning here south of Kodiak Island, drifting to the west a little bit there. But pretty good clear skies here over you can see the Yukon Flats showing up white as well as the North Slope. That's where temperatures were well below zero today, even into the portion of the Copper River Basin there. Otherwise, on the chart today, here's this weak front right through here with some light precipitation, heavier precipitation and wind, as I mentioned here, Kodiak Island, Alaska Peninsula. Kodiak State Airport seeing winds gusting peak wind 56 miles per hour. So east winds 40 to 60 miles per hour here for the peninsula and Kodiak, with anywhere from 2/3 of an inch of rain at Kodiak State Airport to quarter to a half an inch for the Alaska Peninsula, lighter amounts out toward the eastern Aleutians. Some clearing there over the east central Aleutians, then more precipitation there with a couple of weak lows out to the west, and clear skies in the interior here. Still pretty breezy over channeled winds, kind of gusty there from the northern Panhandle. And for tonight, stays clear. Maybe some variable clouds here over the southwest interior. Maybe not so much as what I've got drawn on here though, but definitely it stays cloudy and wet for Kodiak Island, and trying to clip the Seward Peninsula a little bit there. Whatever falls will be light, and windy and rainy for the eastern Aleutians. Alaska Peninsula again with that front not moving much, lifting northward slowly, but getting pushed back to the south here. And so drying out over the southern Panhandle with dry conditions, chilly northeast winds, especially in the channeled areas, all through the Panhandle tonight. Lighter winds, not too bad wind-wise here over the interior. And again, with all those clear skies, this was the Aurora taken last night, a picture of the Aurora taken at Tolek Lake Observatory there. And pretty good chance of seeing Aurora tonight again. Hopefully you don't have to wait till 2 or 3 in the morning to see it. Otherwise, for tomorrow, a day much like today, from the Arctic coast right on down to south central Alaska. Mostly clear skies, and of course clear this time of year. It's going to stay chilly with many areas staying below zero, especially in the interior. A little brisk on the winds, could see gusts 40 miles an hour out of the east there for the western Arctic coast, and still some leftover moisture there, keeping a chance of light rain or showers here at Kodiak Island on up to maybe the extreme southern Kenai Peninsula. And that's about it. Dry and breezy and chilly for the southeast coast. And still a chance of rain for the eastern Aleutians. Next system out here to the west, staying to the southwest of the western Aleutians, at least through tomorrow. Then that front elongates eastward, and we're looking at gale force winds now for the Fox Islands, westward to Shimei and Attu, with rain along the entire stretch of the chain. Showers for the Alaska Peninsula and light winds, mostly clear skies to the northern Bering Sea, as well as all of interior Alaska. It looks like the gradient tightening up here again over the southeast interior, so a place like Delta Junction probably pick up the east winds again, an increase, and then maybe some increasing northeast winds there from the North Gulf Coast, like the Copper River Delta, possibly the Copper River Basin, and stays breezy over the northern Panhandle there, especially with this front approaching from the south, and the tightening gradient may be a little stronger in those northeast winds Thursday than what they will be tomorrow. Otherwise, for lows tonight, 30 to 40 below in the Copper River Basin, but generally above zero. Susitna Valley and those cold areas could still fall below zero tonight. Otherwise, teens, 20s to lower 30s down toward Homer, near 40 for Kodiak, and 30s for the Alaska Peninsula, and below zero all the way up to the Arctic coast there, north of the Alaska Range. And out to the west, everyone in the 30s out over the Bering Sea and the Aleutians. Highs for tomorrow, again, staying below zero, Copper River Basin, north of the Alaska Range to the Arctic coast. Highs here over Bristol Bay, upper 30s, lower 40s, again, Alaska Peninsula and Kodiak Island, even on Alaska, forecast at 42. But southeast coast there, chilliest teens and 20s in the north and upper 30s down to the south, followed by lows 5 to 15 now for the northern panhandle, colder air, and 20s elsewhere across the southeast coast, upper 30s for Kodiak Island, and lows anywhere from 10 below to 15 above here for south central Alaska. Of course, upper 20s down toward Homer, and 35 to 40, 42 below or so for the Copper River Basin, the Yukon Flats, and the North Slope, and down to about 3 there for St. Lawrence Island. Add 30 degrees to that for the Pribilofs. That'll be followed by highs, mid-30s for the Pribilofs, and in the 30s for the Aleutians. 40 Kodiak Island, and teens in lower 20s, south central Alaska. Again, below zero, Copper River Basin, northern Kuskokwim Valley, northward into the Arctic, and upper teens to lower 20s, northern Panhandle, with closer to 40 on down toward Prince of Wales Island.